wherever you are. Dr. Ruth Anderson and Teri Angel here with Enlightened World Network. We bring a guided meditation every day of the year. And on Wednesdays, we bring you meditation excavation, which means we have no idea where we're going, but we go into meditation and we just allow spirit to guide us. And we invite you to meditate along with us. Let's just see where this takes us. So if you would like to join us, please do. And we're just going to go ahead and get comfortable. Let's try to remove any distractions. Let's take a couple deep cleansing breaths to slow down our thinking, slow down our breathing. Just feel the weight of the chair underneath you. And take a breath and watch and feel as the legs of the chair turn into roots and ground you into Gaia. And I'm already seeing the divine, bright, white light of the Creator coming in. So let's take a deep breath and let's expand our heart space. Let's take a deep breath and let's go right into our third eye, which is right at your forehead. And just feel the expansion there. And in your third eye, just imagine a movie theater, a movie screen in front of you. And that's where we're going to be watching our meditation take place from. Let's take a deep breath into our crown chakra. Let's feel the expansion there. Let's settle into that third eye space, get comfortable as we watch the movie screen in front of us. And Teri, would you please invite in the spiritual divinity?
Absolutely. As we went into that third eye, it was like an explosion of energy outward. So let's reach out and bring in the beautiful energies that surround us right now. Calling on Archangel Raphael to bring us in the element of air. So as that energy keeps swirling around your crown, see if there's a breeze with it. Is there a warm breeze, a cool breeze? Whatever Raphael is bringing in is to heal. So thank you, Raphael, for being with us. And we call in Archangel Michael to bring in the element of fire and allowing whatever is coming out of us that's not needed, it's not serving our best and highest purpose, to be consumed by that fire as Michael places protection on each person that's hearing this, no matter when you're hearing it. And then we invite Archangel Gabriel to show us some clarity, bringing in the element of water, helping us to see more clearly things are wiped away. And then Archangel Uriel coming in the element of earth, roots, that Ruth mentioned earlier, deeper, just dig deep. You become centered and balanced. And from above us, Archangel Metatron to bring the crystalline grid from the universe. All those powerful portals coming from above us and from below us help us to become more centered in where we are in this now moment. And in this moment, let's invite in the divinity of Christ, Divine Mother, and Creator God to this meditation today, helping us to recognize who we are and why we're here together. And let's just honor all of the angels that are here with us, all of the masters, all of the saints, anyone who wishes, ancestors, anyone who wishes to help us to go deeper into our hearts, into this meditation. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Let's take a breath and acknowledge all of that energy that's with us and our purpose for being. And Ruth, I'm hearing the words divine purpose, divine plan, which I think so many of us struggle with. We struggle with why we're here. What am I doing here on this earth plane? How can I find that divine purpose in my life? How do I know when I'm in alignment with the divine plan that I'm here for?
So they're showing me our movie screen. And on the right-hand side, I've got this amazing sunset, definite Christ consciousness energy. And I'm seeing there's ocean on the right. It's a beautiful scene that I'm looking at, but there definitely is the ascended master Christ consciousness here. When you talk about divine purpose, Teri, of course, I'm betting that when Christ walked the earth, he knew from day one what his divine purpose was. I don't think there was any question whatsoever. I guess that's where our free will comes in, that we get to go through our entire lives not knowing. So we can choose our own if we don't want to go with what we think is prescribed for us.
Yeah, free will. And what many of us don't ever think about is that Christ in the human body as Jesus had free will. Even though he knew from day one what his divine plan was, divine purpose, he still had free will. He chose to do that for us. He chose to be the sacrificial lamb. To me, that's even more amazing than thinking about that being a plan or a purpose. Making that choice. And sometimes when we go through our life and we have the challenges, we can choose too. Do I go through this? Do I ask for it to be miraculously taken away? Or do I follow what I know in my heart is a divine plan for my life? I like that movie screen today, Ruth. It's, as you were looking at the sunrise, I was looking at the sunset. The contrast that in this life, we face contrast every day, up and down, bigger, smaller. That's how we learn. That's how we grow, is going into the flow of the contrast. And how do we deal with it, and how do we learn from it?
So, just curious if getting to plan Z is our divine purpose, and we don't do the rest of the steps in order, would we still end up at plan Z? Are we still doing at the end of the day, on our deathbed, are we still doing our divine purpose no matter what we do?
Mm.
Can you live a life without doing your divine purpose, or does it become your divine purpose? And whose judgment is that?
Right. I fully believe there is no right or wrong. There just is. Whichever way we go, that's our path. That's what we have made a decision. We make choices every moment of our life. And I think it was it Wayne Dyer that said, don't leave with the music still inside you. So as we live our life and go about our daily things that we do, we all have that music inside of us that's calling us for our divine purpose. And some turn the channel or turn the music off completely. And that's okay. That's your path. That's your lane that you're in at the moment. But I think finding that passion inside, finding that purpose, creates such a beautiful life when you're in alignment with who you truly are. And I can testify to that. You know, I lived my life turning the music off and going into the spin of the world and all the chaos and the contrast and the conflict. Finding the purpose by following my passion has led to a more serene life, a life of peace, a life of joy. It's like a puzzle piece fitting together. When it's right, it fits with no effort. It just falls into place.
Teri, as I'm looking around our room, I see Divine Mother and the archangels, but they're all sitting facing the screen also. They're all watching the screen. And I'm watching on the screen as the clouds of divine white light are rolling in to the middle of the screen.
Mm. Reminds me of yesterday, Ruth, when I was out and about in this area where I'm at here in Vermont. The sky was magnificent yesterday. There were swirls of clouds everywhere. There were designs in the sky. And that's what I'm seeing as you're talking about that white light coming in. It's kind of like a sunburst of white light. And that's how it was yesterday. And I was just in awe. I couldn't stop taking pictures of it because everywhere I looked in the sky, it was more and more miraculous. So on that movie screen, I invite everyone to just see that white light, however it appears to you.
I heard the words, the story of us. The story of us. I think this is a sort of a tribute to the creation of us as humans, but also the archangels and Divine Mother, because they're all watching this too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the us also includes the creator.
Yes.
Us.
It's the nucleus.
The big we.
Mm-hmm.
The big we. Interesting. I'm watching as the divine white light clouds are rolling in and a lot of movement on the screen. But I'm also seeing it's like a beautiful deep red along the bottom. It's almost like the beginning of dawn, like dawn in the morning, right? But it's also, I love that phrase, the beginning of dawn. That's a big phrase, meaning dawn of time, right?
Right.
But it's looks like the beautiful divine light is coming up and it's going to start creating daylight, daybreak. I'm hearing daybreak. But it's the daybreak of the creation of us, humanity. Our guides. Way, way back. I just heard the moment it all began.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm hearing those words, let there be light. There was light, and it was good.
I'm seeing up on the right-hand side of the screen the Christ consciousness. And if this were a timeline, I'm believing that that Christ consciousness was part of our world, part of our oneness, our we-ness, if you will, with the Creator long before, long before he ever showed up in the physical on the earth. Because that energy is, I'm seeing that energy is there before the earth was even created. That's so funny. Archangel Raziel. And this is how we create, this is how we recreate history from a spiritual viewpoint.
Yeah, what an expanding thought, Ruth, that you just brought out. Because we base everything on our linear time. We measure our time from before Christ and after Christ. But it's always been there.
Yeah, I'm not sure there was a before Christ,
Yeah.
energetically. Yeah.
Yeah, because the way we think that we have to pay attention to time is so not what goes on in spirit.
Right.
Everything is, it just is. And when we stress going into the now moment, we experience that. We experience that it's timeless. You know, it hasn't been 2021 years. It just is, and it always has been.
Archangel Raziel's clapping, Teri. I think we are onto something.
Mm. Mm.
Okay, that's interesting. So what just rolled in was all kinds of dark clouds, and it's the shadow side. You talked about the contrast. Here's when it came in.
Mm-hmm.
So the shadow side, not created out of God's plan. Part of God's plan from early on.
Right. I hear that it's necessary. I just heard. The contrast is necessary. And so don't look at it as something evil or bad. There's no judgment of the contrast. It serves a purpose, just like the light does. When we look at the challenges we go through, I call them the fires of life. When we go through that, if we can look at that as something that's helping us, something that's creating an energy of expanding our knowledge, expanding our experience, then we get out of our judgment of it.
You know how some people say God turned his back on me? I'm experiencing this and this and this. God turned his back on me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, God never leaves.
Yeah, this vision is not the creator turning his back on anyone. The shadow side is a part of the creation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why some of us get to experience different parts of it, I can't tell you. But I'm not seeing that God ever turns his back on anyone.
No, I've also experienced that in my lifetime, Ruth, where I would get angry at God and go into victimhood. Why did you do this to me? And I've actually said those words many, many years ago as I was going through some really heavy things. And it's such a great realization to know that God never left. God is the constant. We're the ones that change.
And I'm seeing it raining now. The shadow side clouds turned into rain clouds, and now it's raining, and I'm getting the symbolization of tears.
Mm.
And I'm seeing Divine Mother now, the energy of Divine Mother on the screen. And we know that that energy, the divine feminine, so nurturing, so compassionate, there to help with the tears and the grief and the sorrow.
Mm-hmm.
In the peanut gallery watching with us, like the angels are clapping for her. It's like we're at the movies. Very cute.
I love the adoration of her.
Mm-hmm.
Like all eyes, straightforward.
Oh, they had said the story of us. God, okay, I'm getting, so it's like the movie of us. Got it. It's like, when you used to sit around with your family and watch the home movies on the wall or the old family slides and enjoying the old stories. This is kind of what this feels like.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm now seeing the angels starting to show themselves on screen and seeing different little vignettes coming in. So seeing the Christ being born little story and seeing the Noah's Ark little story and these things being shown on screen, but also seeing the angels and their impact on those things.
Mm.
Now I'm seeing so many different ascended masters being shown. So it's, the timeline of humanity and the different ascended masters.
Yeah, it's like everything just went into slow motion when that appeared.
Hmm. I'm seeing a crowd of now time faces. I'm hearing the word God's army, meaning those who know and love the Creator and are willing to bring in the divine light into the world. And Teri, I'm seeing faces I recognize, yours being one. The story of us.
Mm-hmm.
And now that huge, the white divine light is coming all across the screen. So, everything has been covered up in that. And I see that energy popping off of the screen and coming in to the room where we are watching and just completely covering all of us together in that room who are watching.
Mm. Yeah, there just seems to be a look of awe and wonder. And joy. And that white light, it feels warm. It doesn't feel like you would envision a cloud where it would be moist and sometimes cool. And it's really warm as it blows over us, like a warm blanket.
Teri, I see you in your car driving on your spiritual journey, being blessed for your journey ahead.
Mm.
And for me, I just am getting a clearing of my throat chakra, which I think is preparing me for my journey ahead to continue sharing the messages that I'm receiving from Spirit.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing was you writing, and that's communication. So clearing the throat chakra is so important.
And as I'm seeing other folks that are meditating along with us, whether it's currently or in the future, I'm seeing that they too are receiving some kind of clearing or blessing to help prepare them further along their journey. It's going back to that divine purpose, Teri, and I'm getting goosebumps saying that. We're coming round circle here. As we step into further into our divine purpose, we're being prepared, we're being blessed.
Mm. Yes, and it feels good.
That's a great movie. I'd like to watch that one again.
Oh, yes. And that's what I'm being reminded of, that the movie theater is always open. There's even popcorn.
I know. I saw it.
Raziel had the popcorn. He was kind of passing it around. But at any point in time, sit with this movie. Just watch the story of us, the movie of us, and us being everyone, the whole collective. We're all one. And that's what we come to know by watching the movie, watching the oneness.
Yeah. Wow.
Beautiful.
I'm just taking notes so I can remember to put that in writing. Friends, that is meditation excavation. We honestly never have any idea where we're heading, but the message is always so fabulous.
It truly is. It's all divinely led. You know, we just clear away anything that is something that we would do or say, and allow Spirit to speak through us. So thank you, Ruth. Thank you for this opportunity each week. Just sit with you and explore and see what needs to be brought forth.
I'm just chuckling over Archangel Raziel's. This is how we recreate history from a spiritual viewpoint.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
yeah, we just choose to believe whatever the heck we want, but just because it's shown to us, it all works.
Yeah, it does.
Makes as much sense as anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, friends, so much love to each and every one of you. Thank you for being here, whether it's live, whether it's after the fact. I hope that you feel that you too are a part of that we-ness, one with the Creator, one with everyone and everything that the Creator has brought in to our realm, as well as everything that's on the ethereal realm. We are one with all of that. We're one with you. So thank you for being here. Teri Angel, my dear sister, thank you so much. Godspeed on your travels today. Yeah.
Thank you. Going further north.
All right. God bless everybody. Take care. And we'll